Hello everyone, welcome back to Geomorphology. Today, let's look into seasons. During its revolution around the sun, the axis of the earth is always pointing in the same direction and it is inclined to 23.5 degree. These two conditions, along with the revolution of the earth, is responsible for the variation in the length of day and night as well as for the seasons. In its course of revolution around the sun, the earth occupies various positions. The earth's axis, if it was vertical, there is no possibility of seasonal changes. However, the axis of the earth is inclined and it always remains so. Hence, the result is that the sun's rays strike different areas of the earth vertically at different times of the year. On March 22nd, the rays of the sun fall vertically over the equator. On this day, the world experiences equal length of day and night, and this phenomenon is being termed as vernal equinox. On June 21st, the sun's rays fall vertically over the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degree north. On this day, all places within the Arctic Circle receive sunlight for whole of 24 hours. At this time, it is the winter in southern hemisphere and all places within the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole experience total darkness for full 24 hours. On June 21st, the places in the northern hemisphere thus experience the longest daytime and in the southern hemisphere experience the shortest day and thus that means the largest night time. From June 22nd onwards, the sun appears going more and more towards the south. And on 22nd September, the sun's rays strike vertically over the equator. This phenomenon is termed as autumnal equinox. On this day, all the places over the world experience equal length of day and night. On December 21st comes the winter solstice. The sun's rays strike vertically over the Tropic of Capricorn, which is the 23.5 degrees south. Thus, at this time, all the places from Antarctic Circle to the southern pole receives sunlight for 24 hours and the places from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole experience 24 hours of darkness. This is the time of the winter season in the northern hemisphere and the summer in the southern hemisphere. On this day, the places in the southern hemisphere experience the largest daytime and the northern hemisphere experience the longest night time. After 22nd December, the sun appears to move further northward and on March 21st, again it will strike vertically over the equator, forming the vernal equinox. Let's look into what makes the seasons and the time. From March 21st to June 21st, it is the spring season in the northern hemisphere and the autumn season in the southern hemisphere. Afterwards, when the sun reaches to Tropic of Cancer, the northern hemisphere experience the summer season, whereas the southern hemisphere at the same time experience the winter season. When the sun again goes back to the 22nd September on equator, here begins the autumn season in the northern hemisphere and the spring in the southern hemisphere. On December 21st to March 21st, it is the winter season in the northern hemisphere and the summer season in the southern hemisphere. Thus, at the poles, there are nights and days of 6 months direction, succeeding each other between the March 21st and September 22nd. The northern pole enjoys a 6-month long day between this time. At the same time, for the next 6 months, that is between September 22nd to March 21st, it is the southern pole that will experience the period of daylight. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Post your queries or doubts in the comment box or in the Edmodo. I wish everyone a great day ahead. Thank you all.